Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Stakar Namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerrally for the Shah Peerrally Law Show, and today we have a lot of things to discuss, and then we will be taking the calls. You will be able to call live at 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and today I have Michael on the board with me. And before I start, of course, anything I'm telling you is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Today, let's start with some breaking news. I don't know if you are aware of that. A lot of people got arrested today by Homeland Security. They were attending one of those schools which was a sting operation, just like UNNJ, and the school is called University of Farmington, and it's in Detroit, Michigan. And I know this is again another of those traps set by the Department of Homeland Security, but this time it seemed they did their homework, and they did it in a way which actually kind of is going to be hard to fight. For one, there's a list of people, what they call recruiters, who were arrested. I think 7 of them, and unfortunately, most of them are from India. It seems like at least they have all Indian names, and now most of those, I think, pretty much all those students have also been arrested and placed in deportation. I've been getting a lot of calls since this morning, since yesterday, I mean. And many students are now in custody, and they are awaiting what we call a bond hearing. So what is a bond hearing is basically now they're going to get a judge who's going to be willing to answer to get them out on a bail, what we call a bail, and then they will go in front of a judge for the case itself. But the problem is that people might get stuck in the custody for a while, like we had in the UNNJ. Some people were stuck for months before they could even get a bond hearing. So hanging there, and right now also we have all those things happening. I call it the mini ice age happening in Detroit, in Michigan, in Chicago. The really cold weather. So our heart goes to those people. This is a sad tragedy. Either it's climate change, polar vortex, whatever you want to call it, but it is really sad. A lot of people are actually stuck, and we are seeing a number of deaths, and this is something that people should think about. We are going to really sometimes that looks almost like a sci-fi movie. I remember seeing the movie when I was in law school, The Day After Tomorrow. And we had a mini ice age, so it's not that bad, but actually it is bad. So I tell people to stay safe, and for all our listeners and our clients there, our heart and all the people of Chicago suffering, and the people who are suffering from that really cold weather, please stay safe, and hopefully things will get better. So again, now the number to the studio, if you have any questions on immigration, whether it's H-1B, L-1, EB-1, you name it, call us at 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and today we are the last show of this month, which is January 31st, and we know a lot of things are happening. People are getting ready for new H-1Bs, so we're going to give some tips on that too. But again, the main thing that we were discussing today, since we have this breaking news from the Detroit press, and also from NPR, and then of course we are getting also from DHS, where a bunch of people have been indicted for fraud, and many of the people who were the students F1 now have been taken into custody. It is a sad situation, and for those who have not followed us when UNNJ happened, Tri-Valley happened, these are all tragedy, but people have to learn from those. You have to be very, very careful. one of the tips that I always give to everybody. So let us start with few tips for all the students out there, because I know a lot of students listen to us. Number one, make sure you check the school you're going to. If it looks too good, you're just going to get a CPT and sit down there, there's something wrong with that school. You should be careful. I know we have some callers. Michael, give me 2 minutes and then I'll take the callers. So bear with us a little bit. Second, if you're getting picked up, I will recommend that you try to get an attorney. Unfortunately, since these are not criminal charges, you will not be eligible for a free attorney, so you might want to get a deportation attorney by your side. Unfortunately, we don't handle deportation, and plus it's kind of far for those cases, so I recommend having an attorney. And third, make sure anything you say, make sure it's better to remain silent than to start talking about things, because oftentimes these are used against you. And ultimately, I doubt, unfortunately, that many will win on those. They will probably end up by having to take what we call a voluntary departure and leave the country. And that was the purpose of it. It's kind of a scare tactic, and at the same time to catch a lot of people who are abusing the system. So all these things are going to happen, so bear with us. We have seen this over the years since 2011, and now these are sting of operation. That means the school is bogus. They set it up on purpose just to trap people. Let me take one caller, Michael, and then we'll continue. Hello, this is Shah, you're 11 here.
Oh, hi, Peerrally. I have a quick question. We are filing citizenship, and I think we have to, we have to provide the citation details. I would like to know, do we have to get any information from the police station and all that, for the red light violation and or accidents which are not fault from us?
Okay. So you're talking probably about traffic violations, right?
Yes, that's right.
Nothing. Oh, yeah. Usually, as long as you give the dates, you don't have to get anything if there are other crimes, then you have to get a disposition of the court. But for traffic violations, unless you have not paid for the tickets, there's not much you have to show. But having said that, I've been in one case where the officer asked for it, but it's very, very rare. So as long as you mention it, and you mention that you paid for it or you took the punishment for it, for example, community service, etc. If you did community service, then you need to get those paperwork. But if you paid for it, usually if you can have the receipt, it's okay. But if you don't, then you should be fine. Okay.
So we have to put the receipts, because it's been very old ones, and I don't think we have the receipts, the one which we paid.
No, you don't have to bring the receipt, but if you have it, bring it. Otherwise, tell them it's very old, you don't have it. Okay.
Okay, we just have to check the box, we have violations, and but we paid for it, right?
Yes, very important. You have to mention it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So we have to mention all the things which happened, the tickets, which year, and all that.
Yeah, as much as possible. Try to put as much information. At least if you remember the year, just put it in there. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Thank you so much for that.
But accidents, if it is just a civil liability where you arrange between the two parties, there is no need to mention it. But if there is a bodily injury and things like that, you have to mention it. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Back to you. Wish you all the best. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can call. The lines are open, just like our previous caller. That the topic is immigration law, so you don't have to really stick to what the deal of today, let's call it, the issues of today. You can also ask questions about family petitions, H-1B, L-1B, adjustment of status, you name it, anything related to immigration. I'll try my best to answer. Feel free to call the studio lines 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. This is Attorney Shah from the Shah Law Group. And you can check our website, Attorney on Air, one word, attorneyonair.com or peerrallylaw.com. And we cover a lot of topics on our website also. And again, if you want a private consultation, call our office 510-742-5887. I think I have another caller. Let me take another caller, Michael. You're 11 here. Hello. Hi, Sandra.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm listening to you. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. My question is, if someone here on the tourist visa, can they change it to H-1B visa?
Yes, but there are issues because the H-1B, if you do the regular H-1B, for example, you will have to the H-1B will, even if it gets picked up in the lottery, for example, or if it gets approved after that, you still have to wait October 1st. And if you came on a tourist visa, for example, you probably will get 6 months. And since it takes 6 months from April 1st to October 1st, unless you entered on April 1st, you won't meet the requirements to go up to October. However, there are ways. If you have an extension and things like that, then you're okay. But the answer is yes, you can do a change of status for H-1B. And if the H-1B is a non-cap cap H-1B, because the employer is cap exempt, then you don't have to worry. You can change from B1, B2, which is a tourist and visa, and you should be able to do that. I think I lost Sandra, but I hope she's able to hear the answer. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes. So it is Shah Peerrally, and we're discussing about immigration law. The number to the studio 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170, and we are live today. Is January 31st, 2019. So if you're hearing the show another day, it's a recorded show. So let us continue on our situation I was talking about. Let me kind of recap. Few tips now for those, not only for those from University of Farmington in Detroit, for everybody who is planning to go on a student visa. Now, few tips. Number one, check the school, and check the school is very, very important. Check the reputation of the school, etc., etc. I know when it came to Farmington, they made a fake page, kind of. They even said that the university was set up in the 1950s, etc. So relying on that is not, even if you do that, it is a problem. So make sure that you check the school before you go forward. I think I have another caller, right, Michael? Let me take the caller. This right, you're here. Hello.
Hey, hello, Shah. This is Abhishek.
Hi, Abhishek.
I have a question for you regarding EB2 priority dates.
Yes.
It seems like they're not moving at all. Do you have any insight?
Yeah.
What is going on with EB2?
I tell you what I feel because I don't have really any inside information. What I feel is not going to move a lot for EB2, unfortunately, because what has happened, we had an injection of a lot of cases recently on EB2, especially people filing sometimes a national interest waiver, etc., etc. However, EB3 is going to move forward. For the next 5 to 6 years, we're expecting EB3 to overtake EB2. So be ready for that. As for EB2, I think it will continue moving, but at a very, very slow pace, around maybe 2 to 3 weeks per month, sometimes if you're lucky. So it will move forward, but it won't move that fast. Now, the bigger worry that we all have is, will there be a retrogression? It is difficult to tell, but I'm hoping there will be no retrogression. So that's the only hope. But EB2 is not going to move that fast, unfortunately. And if there are some changes in the law, because Trump was saying last time that he will allow more people to get in, then you might see a jump. But apart from that, if he continues in the same trend, you might see a very, very slow movement, maybe 1 week per month, etc.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Sorry for the news. Let me take another call, Michael. Hi, this is Shah. You're live on air. Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my friend. Go ahead.
Yes, I can. Unfortunately, I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
No.
Hello?
Can I call? Let me call the line back.
Yeah, just call back. Just call back. Okay, so until we call back, I really apologize. You know, whenever you do live shows, these are things that happen. So I apologize for that. Feel free to call back the studio line 510-657-1170. So let me go back to some tips. Make sure you check the school, do some background check. Don't rely on their website, because if it is a sting operation like the one we just had in UNNJ, it will look all rosy. Number two, if you're using a recruiter to get in a school, that means there's something fishy. It used to be you had a lot of recruiters recruiting people, but recruiters' job is not to recruit students, right? But they will promise you they'll get you a work permit, everything, which in this case they deliver. But the truth is that when they went to pick up their commission, their cut, they got picked up by the government and charged of criminal activity. Let me take back the call of Vic. Shah, you're live in air. Hello. Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
Sorry, I couldn't. Yes. So, my wife was in L1B visa, and then she was here for 4 years, and then she went back to India for about 8 months, and then she got back on H4. Now she just started working on H4 EAD, and her employer is going to file her H1B now. So typically, since she already used her 4 years, she would only get 2 years now? How does it work? Just wanted to check it.
She was on L1B, you say, right?
Correct.
How many years on L1B?
She was here for 4 years on L1B.
Okay. And then
8 months in India, and then back here on H4.
Okay. Yeah, she will get only 2 years, because if she had spent 1 year outside in India, outside the country, it would have worked. She would have got a full 6 years.
Okay.
But I know what you're thinking. Probably if you could add the H4 and the 8 months, no, it doesn't work.
Right.
You have to be outside for the full 1 year, unfortunately.
I see. Okay. The other question is, so now, which means that as soon as she gets her H1B, her employer should file a green card, I'm assuming, so that before the 6 years, she gets her 140, and then so that she could continue to stay.
Yeah. They should move fast as soon as possible. They should have done that even on the H4 if she had the H4 EAD, because.
Oh, I see. We can start that process even now.
Of course. There's no law that processes it. Actually, today I was very happy because you don't even have to be working for that company. For some countries, I don't even file H1B. I file straight green card for them. They come directly on the green card. So the law doesn't require that you are an H1B to file for the green card. It's independent. And for H4, it's a lot easier too, because H4 is a dual intent visa. So I highly recommend that you have the employer start the green card as soon as possible. Like that, by the time she gets on her H1, she will be able to get extensions. Okay.
Got it. Good point. Thank you for that, attorney. And one last question is, so suppose she takes a break for maternity, whatever it is, and then maybe she does it after she's on H1. How does it work? I know that suppose, say, assume that she gets her 140, and then at some point she could get another 3 years of H1. But if she goes on a break, does it mean that the 140 is invalidated, or does she have to start over? How does it work?
No, it doesn't. The only time get invalidated if it gets withdrawn within 180 days, or if the USCIS revokes it. So it's not. She doesn't lose it that easily. So bottom line, she can. The I-140 will stay even she goes back on H4. Maybe if she's taking a longer leave, you're allowed to take a break on H1. But if you take it too long, then it becomes a problem, and the break has to be justified. For example, in these cases, I tell people move to H4, back to H4, and let things move. Because while you're H4, it doesn't eat your time on H1 either. So
got it.
So there's a few reasons. Yeah, give me a call if
That
you
brings
need help. 510-742-5887. Let me take some other callers. They're waiting.
Thank you.
So I'll talk
Thank
to you.
you.
Good luck. Take care. This is Shah. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir. I'm listening to you.
Hello?
This is Shah. Yes, can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Hello, this is Shah. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Shah. Thank you for the time, first of all. I have a quick question regarding immigration. So we have our green card 5-year term coming up shortly in September, and I was wondering how soon can we apply for citizenship, and should we use an immigration office, an immigration attorney's office to go through the process?
Mm-hmm.
And just after getting the citizenship, how soon can we apply for a family petition to bring, to sponsor our siblings who are back in India? So.
You have a long, short question, but let me go ahead and answer. So, number one, you can apply 4 years and 9 months on the anniversary of the green card for the citizenship, provided you meet the other requirements, like you didn't leave for more than 6 months, you didn't break the continuity, you've been here for half of the time, 30 months, etc., etc. So the date you apply is 4 years and 9 months from the anniversary of the green card.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, do you need an attorney to file for your case? Usually no, because it's straightforward application. However, if you don't feel confident or you have some kind of criminal background issues, then yes, I highly recommend to have an attorney present. And what was your third question? I forgot. Go ahead.
So after we get our citizenship, how soon can we apply for a family petition for our siblings in India?
The same day you get your certificate, you can submit your application. So if people are in a hurry, what I tell them, prepare everything, and then the day they get their citizenship, sign everything and mail it.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Good luck to you. Wish you all the best. Let me take another call. This is Shah. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. This is Ram. I have a quick question related to the 60-day grace period for the H1. So the separation date with my last company was first week of December, and I basically have, so I thought like my 60-day starts from that day. Now, I have a new employer who has filed for my H1 transfer, and they did it last week. Now, my question is, in terms of joining, looks like the company wants to join me on second or third week of Feb. Now, how does that, will that be a problem, or because the 60-day ends in first week of Feb, so how does that, what are your thoughts? Will that be a problem?
Okay, number one, as long as you file the case, it reached there within the 60 days, you are okay. Even if you join them a little bit later, it's not the requirement. However, we recommend people to join as soon as possible, because otherwise it looks like you are kind of on a bench. So bottom line, it will not really affect you for those 2 weeks, because one, as long as it's timely filed within the 60 days, you should be okay. So the only recommendation is just to make sure you don't delay it too long. And 1 week, I don't think it's a big problem, so you should be fine.
Okay. And in terms of I'm also decided to join on delivery notice rather than FedEx, rather than the H1B receipt, because that itself is taking 3 to 4 weeks now. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that's not a problem either.
No, it's not, because if you look at the rule under AC 21 section 105B, if I'm not mistaken, it clearly says as long as the case is filed, it doesn't mention getting a receipt. So as long as you have confirmation of delivery, basically you should be good to go. Okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Shah.
You're welcome. So let me take another caller, I think. This is Shah. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi, sir. My name is Avni, and I had a question.
Yes, Avni, go ahead.
So we already have a valid H1 visa right now, and by any means is it possible? And we have our I-140 already for, like, we've been having it since past 2 years. But I wanted to know that, as everybody knows, that the green card processing is, like, right now extremely slow. Is it by any means possible to shift from H1 category to L1A? Is it a possibility?
No, because you will, if you have already passed the 7 years, you have used your H1B for 7 years, you won't be able to do it.
No, we've not passed the 7 years. No, it's our H1. It has been just 2.5 years since our H1 has come.
Then you can move to L1A if you qualify for it, of course.
Okay.
But
and
why are you planning to move to L1A, to get EB1C?
No, we already have EB. No, the reason is that we can process our green card, in a lesser time span, because the current H1 scenario says that the green card might take, probably 8 or 9 years more.
Okay. So you want to be able to get EB1. That's basically it, right? That's the reason.
Right.
Yeah. You don't need to go through L1A. You can just do straight EB1C.
Oh, okay. We can do that. And because I tried, in fact, getting in touch through your office also, but I did not get a response. We've mailed these queries before, so it would be great if we can, get associated and work with regards to this, because what kind of paperwork would be required,
Yeah, I apologize. We get so many inquiries through emails. I don't really answer on emails because unless...
Okay, so you think that's a doable scenario that, we can reach out to you, and you said we can straight away go for EB1 and it can be processed faster?
Yes. As long as the company has been here, the mother company or the sister company.
No, in fact, luckily it has been so, fortunately, that we, on the visa which we came here, we are still with the same company, so there's not been any job hop or anything so far. So we've not had an issue with the H1 transfer or anything of sorts.
No, not that issue. I need to know if the company, we can discuss about that later, but just quickly, is the company that you're moving to, has it been in business for more than 1 year in the U.S.?
Yes. The company's been here for more than 20 years now.
Okay, then you probably will qualify as long as you were in a managerial role in India. You are from India, right?
Right, that's right, sir.
Yeah, so, we can assess that. Give us a call. We'll schedule give us a call at 510-742 5887, and let me do an assessment. Just let them know it's for EB1C, and then what we'll do a quick assessment, and me and Sharif will probably do, 2 attorneys usually do that to make sure we get it right. And then if you want to proceed with us and the company agrees, you can use us. However, you cannot use on your own. The company has to be
right, sir. I'm aware about
hire us basically for that. But give us a call and then we can talk about it. And I'm sorry for that. Email inquiry.
No, that's absolutely fine. But I just got an opportunity today, so I thought I might as well check it out over here.
Perfect. That's a very good question you asked, because people think they have to go on L1A to get EB1C. There's no need for that.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Just like you don't have to be an H1B to file a green card. Yeah. Good luck to you, and give us a call. Let me take another caller. Hello, this is Shah. You're live in here.
Hey, Shah, this is Sandesh. How are you?
I'm doing well, Sandy. I'm doing well. What can I do for you?
Hey, I have a quick question, Shah. So, I applied for my H1 extension in June. And my 797 expired in July. So, my 240 day will end in March. But I received a query this month. So, I'm pretty sure that by 240 days, they will not process my H1. So is it okay to stay in US without working?
Yes. Well, yes, because the rule says you have to stop working. It doesn't say you have to leave. So yes, although later on we don't know how they're going to treat this, but the answer is yes. What I would recommend is that if you're reaching the 240 days, have your attorney call and push for the case, because that's what they told us. You have to tell them that you're reaching your 240 days and expedite the case. Okay.
Okay, I think that they won't do it, sir, because our
they won't be able to do anything until the RFE is answered also. So once you answer the RFE, they'll probably give you an answer. Okay.
Okay, but let's say if I go to India, will I be able to work from there and continue to get paid here?
Well, you don't really get paid here when you're in India, but the answer is yes, because you become like a contractor outside. As soon as you leave U.S. soil, you don't have any problem. U.S. has no control over you. It's just like Microsoft hiring sorry, I'm using that word, but Microsoft, let's say, for example, hire someone in India. There's no problem when that person doesn't have a visa or not here. There's no problem on that immigration.
Okay. So you're saying basically it's up to your company if they pay you or not?
Exactly. Usually they prefer to pay there because there it's cheaper.
Okay. Okay, and or will I be able to convert to H4 if, let's say, my wife has a valid H1?
Yes.
Or for that I'll have to get out of the country first?
Well, right now because you have this pending situation, it will be difficult. Yes, the best is to leave and come back. Okay? Okay.
Thanks, Shah.
But before you do that, talk to me, because I want to make sure that it doesn't affect anything for you in the future. Okay? And then
okay, sure.
510-742-5887. Let me take one last Michael. This is Shah, you 11 a.m. Hello. Hello. Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I can barely hear you. I don't know. It's like too much in this. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so let me ask my question. First of all, thanks for running this show. It's a very, very informative show. So I have a basic question. So I'm on L1A, and my visa is stamped till June 2020, and my I-94 expiry is the same date. But at the port of entry, I got the I-94. My petition ended is June 2020, but at the port of entry, I got the I-94 till December 2021. So I want to understand how it helps and what is the difference. So I'll take the answer offline because I'm barely able to hear you.
Hold on. Before you go, you said you have a difference on your I-94, right? When you came back.
Sorry. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Answer. Okay. So I think what I understood is that I hope I understood well, because there was some kind of so I think it's Ravi. I'm answering him now, and Ravi, feel free to call back if you have a chance. So bottom line, he had a different date on his I-94 going to 2021 though, and then later when he came back, they gave him a lesser time on the I-94. This is something very common, and you have to watch out. It's very important he's bringing that point. Whenever you travel and you're coming back, make sure you go online the same day and check what I-94 they give you. Because I've seen so many horror stories in that. People forget, they end up by falling out of status, or some people just, they don't know they're supposed to do that. And sometimes there are mistakes also on the system. So you need to make sure as soon as you enter, you're punching, I know you have to rest, but after that, punching your number, put your passport number on the I-94 link on the State Department, and make sure you get the exact date. So the rule is the last action rule. So that means whatever happens last is what controls you. In this case, since the I-94 controls your stay in the U.S., if it is a lesser time, you have to go by it. And once you come close to that, you have two choices. Number one, you can file for an extension to get more, or you can leave again and come back and get a new I-94 at the airport. I hope that answers you, Ravi. And if in case there's any confusion, feel free to reach out to our office, 510-742-5887. Michael, I don't know if I have more callers, but I'm just going to go ahead, talk a little bit about this situation that we have at the Farmington University of Farmington. So as I mentioned, a lot of people got arrested for student visa fraud, including a bunch of agents, quote unquote. So Michael, I won't be able to take more callers now, so I have to close the show. So please call the office 510-742-5887. So I was telling about that. So if in case you get picked up, you're being put in custody, and if that's the case, then hopefully you should get in front of a judge as soon as possible, and the judge will determine what we call a bond hearing. What a bond hearing does is pretty much releases you until you get into the bond hearing allows you to leave the custody. That means no more in jail. But then the bond hearing also doesn't do anything for your case itself. So then you will have to present your case in front of an immigration judge, and that's called a master calendar hearing. After that, they will give you another date for the individual hearing. That means listening to the merits of your case. But most people, knowing that they know the situation with that school, they are not willing to do that. The option that most of them are probably going to take is called the voluntary departure. That means basically you accept to leave the country. Usually if you get it done on time, it should not affect you to come back. But having said that, there are so many things happening, so you need to be, unfortunately, you have to be careful. So now I'm going to talk the third thing, the other thing I was going to tell you. Make sure if you're being represented, if you can afford an attorney, have an attorney with you, if possible. And then also you have the right to remain silent. That means you should be careful what you say. It might hurt you. So now, putting all this together, ladies and gentlemen, there are many other tips. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shah Peerrally Law, SHAHPEERRALLY. So Peerrally, Shah at Peerrally. So basically, I was talking about this situation. Make sure you have a family member or someone who can call to. And also we advise people to be very careful. If the school seems to be too attractive, you don't have to attend classes, you're just using CPT, you better be careful. And CPT on day one is not recommended anyway. So be careful on all the situation, and our heart goes to the people of Chicago. And also one other thing I just saw today, a lot of cases where ICE has issued NTA, that means the paper they serve you to go to court, they put a court date on that. And they have been putting, according to some people, they have been putting wrong dates on that. So be careful, make sure you have everything covered and you don't see yourself into more trouble. So now, Michael, I don't know how much time I have. Please let me know. And I just wanted to make sure I recap for today. There's another thing that we are seeing. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. These dates on they are quote unquote fake NTAs being issued because the ICE are just issuing them without putting a right date. So if you're getting this problem, please contact your attorney and let them know. So you don't want to be accruing unlawful presence for no reason. So now the other thing I wanted to mention that before we close, I don't think I can take more callers now, Michael. So anybody who wants to call, feel free to reach out to our office, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. So now let me change topic now. And the other thing that we are getting a lot of calls on is debt settlement. A lot of times you will hear about the debt settlement or you see them on TV, but most of them are not debt settlement. They are what we call a debt consolidation unit kind of. They pull everything together and then try to do stuff with it. So what we do here is a negotiation. So we'll negotiate with your bank or your creditor or your collection agency, and we will we'll get it out, a portion of it out. So for example, let's say you owe $10,000, we might be able to get it only for $2,000. That's just an example, by the way. Doesn't mean we're going to get that for you. It depends on your hardship and your case. We can do that on credit cards, and in some places where houses are underwater, we might be able to, we can do the second mortgages also. So basically we're talking what we call here unsecured debts. That means debts that are not attached to any properties. So the property is not standing as a guarantor in this case. So we need to find out if we can negotiate with them and get you a deal. And we have done hundreds of them. You can call our office if you need help, 510-742-5887. And for debt settlement, you can check the blog, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. Please let us help you when it comes to your debts. Try your best to get out of them. So now, ladies and gentlemen, to recap, I think I have 4 more minutes to go, something like that, right, Michael? So I wanted to let you know that today, yesterday actually, we had some sad news. People got trapped in a system, a bogus university, to give people a perspective. We had the same situation like that with UNNJ, and this was kind of a sting operation. So what they did, they created a fake school with fake things, etc., etc., and they start basically kind of promoting it that they will give on day one. And of course, a lot of recruiters have been sending people to make money there. And I think I have Amit on the line, right, Amit?
Hi, Shah, how are you?
I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing well. Let me quickly just close, Amit, and then I'll let you keep going. If you can talk a little bit about debt settlement in Punjabi. So let me just tell people, if you need help on anything immigration or debt settlement, 510-742-5887. And if you need help on EB1, like we were talking about EB1 A, B, C, please call us 510-742-5887. Anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any question. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week, same time. Please tune in. And don't go anywhere. Amit is there next. Thanks.
Thank you, Shah, and hello to all the listeners. Hope you guys are having a great